When it comes to snare drums and the sound that they create, there are two sides to the argument. Some believe that every snare drum can sound the same, it's just all varied on the heads that you're using or maybe the hoops, while others say that every drum has a different sound to it. This is based off of the material that is used for the shell, along with the depth and the diameter, and even the bearing edges. Well, it is time to put it to the test and see if you can identify the differences between professional level drums and more affordable options. For those who may be new to the channel, hi, my name is Nick Costa, and in this Snare Saturday video, we are going to do a snare drum sound test to see if you can hear the difference between professional level snare drums and more affordable options. This video is going to showcase 6 different snare drums, 3 professional level snare drums, and 3 more affordable options. At least they were identified as affordable options when they were originally released. And as you hear all of these snare drums, it's going to be a blind test. So you're not going to be able to see what each drum is. It is up to you to identify the varying tones of the drums, and maybe even differences in resonance or even attack. So let's go ahead and talk about the 6 drums that will be featured in this video, starting out with the more affordable options. The very first drum is the Ludwig Rocker LM300 snare drum. This was a drum that was included in a ton of student model packs, and you can still find them around $100 to $150 at the time of making this video. Now, the next drum is the Ludwig Universal Brass Snare Drum. Ludwig took that often imitated and never duplicated sound of a Black Beauty and released it as a more affordable option. The third and final more affordable option snare drum is a Ludwig Acrolite. And I know you might be saying to yourself, they're ridiculously expensive right now. However, they were identified and introduced as a student model snare drum when they first came out. In the 1960s, Ludwig was experimenting with different metal alloys, and this is when they introduced the acrolite, also known as aluminum. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the professional model snare drums. The very first professional snare drum is the Ludwig Black Beauty. This is the 8x14 model. The next snare drum is a Ludwig Chrome over Brass snare drum, also known as the Super Ludwig. Now, the third and final drum is a complete 180 from all of the other drums, and it is a Bell Bronze snare drum. As a matter of fact, it is the one that I put together using a shell and hoops from Duluth Manufacturing. So for this blind test, you are going to hear all 6 drums in a random order and see if you can hear the subtle differences between the drums. But rather than just staring at my face or a blank screen, here's a bunch of royalty-free B-roll. So now that you have heard all of these drums in a blind test for the first time, do you think you can identify which drum is which? Leave it all in the comment section below. But if you are somebody who might be unsure of a few of the drums, here are all of them again, once again, in a blind test, so you're going to have to use your ears to see if you can hear the difference. So here's a bunch of more royalty-free B-roll. So you've had the chance to hear all 6 of these drums 2 times in this blind test. Did your choices change between the first and second time that you heard these drums? Or did the second time that you heard them all just confirm what you thought the first time? Well, it is time to find out which drum is which. And rather than me just sitting here telling you, here is the video that goes along with the audio you just heard. So now that you know which drum is which, I have to ask you, were you right? Were you able to identify all of them? Each drum has a pretty unique sound, and you have to listen to a few different factors, like the overtone of the drum, the sustain of the drum, even the attack of the drum. Some of these drums might have some similar characteristics. However, there's some outliers that make them sound a little bit different from one another. Either way, I would love to know what you thought of this video, if you were right about it, and which drum was your favorite. So make sure that you leave all of that in the comment section below. If you would like to see all of these snare drums through a few more tunings to hear how versatile they really are, I've put links to the older Snare Saturday videos in the description below. And if you would like to check out the entire Snare Saturday series, I put a link to the playlist in the description below. I'll also have it come up right here to make it a bit easier for you. If you have any other additional questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section as well, and I will try my best to answer them. Finally, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up. That not only makes it easier for others to find it, it is a free and easy way to support the channel. And that is it. Thank you so much for checking out this video on the Snare Drum Sound Test to see if you can hear the difference between professional model snare drums and more affordable options. And until next time, see you later.